What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. On this channel, I'll be doing airline reviews for the average traveler. That means no expensive business class seats and no fancy lounge access. My goal is to provide information for the average traveler and present the no-frills fares that most of us end up traveling most, if not all the time. In today's video, we'll be looking at Spirit Airlines, which seems to be America's most hated airlines. Everyone I've spoken to about Spirit has always told me something negative about the airlines. And I want to find out, is it actually that bad? So I booked myself on a flight from Hollywood Burbank Airport in Los Angeles to Harry Reid International Airport in Las Vegas in an effort to find out what the in-flight experience on Spirit Airlines is like. So this is my first time at the Hollywood Burbank Airport, and there seems to be a decent amount of check-in counters over here. None of them were assigned to Spirit, but that's totally fine because I did the online check-in, and Spirit's online check-in portal was pretty straightforward and easy to navigate. Doing this online check-in allowed me to skip the lines at the counter, saving a lot of time. The security at the airport was very relaxed. At the time that I arrived at the airport, there was almost no one there, allowing me to just go through security in under 5 minutes. That was a big plus. What's up guys? So I'm here at the airport and I got here pretty early. It's a pretty small airport, so there's not much to do really outside of that one restaurant and that one tiny little snack shop. There is plenty of seating, which is a good thing. It's a pretty straightforward and simply laid out airport, so you have seating on one side and the gates on the other. Unfortunately, there's not much airside visibility, but there is a charging station and there's free Wi-Fi. Here a bit early. Still have an hour left till boarding starts. As I wait to board the flight, I wanted to share this one thing with you. This wasn't my first flight with Spirit Airlines. This is actually technically my second flight with them. I had a flight with them back in May of this year, and there was nothing memorable about the experience. Now that I'm doing these videos, I thought I would give Spirit another go, especially because in recent times I've been hearing a lot of complaints about them. I wanted to really pay attention this time and see what the onboard experience is like. Oh, also, aside from that shop and that restaurant I showed earlier, there's also this coffee shop. Boarding finally started and it was pretty organized. They called out everyone in Zone 1 first, and then all the rest of the zones were allowed to board right after. Since it was a small airport and didn't have any aero bridges, we had to walk out and walk up this ramp to board the flight. I personally did not mind this at all, as this gave beautiful views of the flight and the runway. As I boarded the flight, I was greeted with a welcome. It wasn't overly friendly or warm, but it was professional. Then I made my way towards my seat 21A. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie here. As soon as I sat down on the seat, I did feel a little bit cramped, but it wasn't the legroom that was the issue. There was enough legroom for me. I'm 5'11" and there was a couple of inches between me and the seat in front of me. It was mainly how narrow the seat was that made it feel cramped. In front of me, in the seat pocket, there was a safety information card, the Spirit Airlines menu, and this marketing card with a couple of promos on it. The tray table, well, it was clean and it worked. As I mentioned earlier,
I'm 5'11", and I felt a little bit cramped on the seat from side to side. The guy next to me was 6'2", and he definitely looked cramped for leg space. Once you were outside the terminal, because the airport was small, it provided stunning views of other planes, as you can see here. As we taxied towards the runway, I was reflecting on my experience up until now, and I couldn't really find anything that was wrong. Yes, the seat was a little bit tight and lacked a bit of padding compared to other airlines, but aside from that, the boarding was on time and the check-in was easy.
Okay, so yes, online check-in most of the time is pretty straightforward and easy. But why I do bring it up is because I've had flights previously where the airline's website just doesn't work. And to make matters worse, the specific airlines whose website didn't work also charged if you went to the airport and did not do the online check-in. So having a working website with an easy online check-in option is definitely a big plus in my books.
Anyways, let's enjoy this takeoff into the beautiful California skies. After we had taken off, an announcement had come on saying that, as it was a short flight, the only thing available for purchase would be bottles of water. There would be no snacks, drinks, or meals available to purchase on this flight. A few minutes into the flight, and we were treated with these beautiful views of the sun setting over California. At about this time, I decided to get up and go to the bathroom and film it, so I can put it online and have thousands of people around the world watch and comment on it.
What?
Anyways, here's the lavatory. It was fairly spacious, but man, it was in horrible condition. The guy who was there before me seemed to have puked in there, so there was still some remains from that. And the sink had standing water. It just wasn't a clean bathroom. Needless to say, I just wanted to get the hell out of there immediately. Sorry about the crappy video here, but I just wanted to show that the last row of seats on this flight did not have windows, so if you can, try to avoid that row at all costs. Unless, of course, you want a seat with no windows.
I wanted to make mention of the cabin crew on this journey. The individuals were very friendly and polite when interacting with passengers, but when they were not interacting with passengers, you could tell that they just wanted the flight to be over and be done with it. Another thing I noticed is that all the instructions on Spirit Airlines were very direct. Other airlines I've flown would say things such as, "Please make sure to keep your window shades open during takeoff and landing." On Spirit, it was more of a direct instruction. Keep your window shades open for takeoff and landing. I didn't necessarily see this as rude or disrespectful, but I can see how someone who's accustomed to the soft skills of other airlines could potentially see this as being rude.
Aside from the filthy bathroom and the slightly uncomfortable seat, I didn't really find much that put me off this airlines. The cabin was fairly clean, the boarding was on time, the flight took off on time and landed on time. The check-in was super simple. And really, honestly, what more can you expect from a flight that costs so little? Speaking of which, let's talk about the cost. This flight cost a total of $26. Since I decided to select my seats and ensure that I get a window seat for filming this video, I paid an extra $29, so a total of $55 for this flight. To be completely honest, if you were to do any add-ons such as seats and luggage, it takes away from the value of the flight, as you can book a ticket on a major airlines which offers much better seating and service for about the same price you would pay if you included all the add-ons. Who I would recommend this flight to are travelers who don't have much luggage and just want to get from point A to point B conveniently and for an affordable price. No, the service wasn't great, the bathroom was filthy, and the seat was slightly uncomfortable. But you don't go on Spirit Airlines if you're looking for great service and a comfortable seat.
I want to make the analogy here with McDonald's. You don't go into McDonald's expecting a gourmet meal. You go in knowing exactly what you're gonna get. It's the same thing with Spirit. If you go in expecting a comfortable seat and great service, you're probably gonna be disappointed. But if you just need a flight that'll take you from point A to point B at an affordable price, then there's definitely decent value to be had with Spirit Airlines.
Although, in this segment, there are other airlines that I do prefer over Spirit at the moment. One of them is Frontier Airlines. My recent experience on board Frontier Airlines was actually pretty decent. If you'd like to check out my review of Frontier Airlines, I'll leave a link down in the description below. I'd love to hear from you guys now. What are your experiences with Spirit Airlines? Were they similar to mine? Would you recommend Spirit Airlines to someone? Let me know down in the comments below. Anyways guys, I hope you found this video either helpful or entertaining. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one.